Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's gonna be really fun because I just literally thought of this video idea and I wanted to give it to you guys quick and dirty. So if you're like me, I've literally never known how to work out. I've never known how, fitness. I just didn't do it when I was growing up as a kid, played soccer a little bit, didn't really like it, did tech theater in high school, never did a sport, never was trained at a young age of how to use my body and how to be fit and grow and really gain strength in any official way. So if you are like me and you're in the same boat and you're an adult and you want to bring fitness into your life, I've successfully done it for the last couple of years and especially more recently, and I've got a couple of tips that I think will be really helpful in your new fitness journey. Okay, first things first, let's get the mind right, because most of the time you're gonna wanna work out because you wanna be hot or you wanna feel better about yourself or you wanna be stronger. All valid reasons. The difference is you shouldn't go into fitness with a specific goal in mind. You should go into fitness with a specific feeling in mind, because a goal is always going to be a goal. Looking hot will always be a goal. There's not gonna be at some point where you're like, I'm hot enough. Like me, hot enough. I don't need to get hotter. I look great. I literally love every single thing about the way that I look. Of course, we need to be updating and hitting the slide button on our personal feeling, well-being, and mental health. But fitness a lot of times has an external motivator. So when I say you shouldn't focus on a goal, it's because a goal will always be a goal. If you are not strong now, you want to get strong, you will always want to get more strong in some way. There's not going to be some subjective bar that you hit that you're like, you know what, I'm done, it's over. So when I say focus on a feeling could be moving every day and getting out of the house and loosening up your body. A feeling could be a runner's high that you will one day get, I swear, it happens at one point. A feeling could be a personal moment for yourself if you're busy giving to everybody throughout the day. A feeling could be safety and security because you are stronger and more capable than you've ever been. So start with the feeling. My feeling when I want to work out and move that I have changed from a goal to a feeling. My goal was to be hot and feel good. And now the feeling I'm starting to go for is just feeding back into my body and moving in some intentional way every day. Some days that's my more intense weightlifting workouts. Some days it is literally a 15-minute walk around the neighborhood because that's all I can give. That's the only thing I have space for. And you know what? Some days it's literally, ooh, I did a bunch of house chores. I'm gonna call that my feeling. I'm gonna call that my movement for the day. Step one, figure out your feeling. Step two, figure out which type of movement and exercise you're kind of interested in getting into. Most of the time, you focus on a workout because of a goal. I want to weight lift because I want to be stronger. Well, there's a lot of different ways that you can gain strength that aren't necessarily weightlifting. I would focus more on which types of movement am I kind of interested in doing. I run, I roller skate, and I weightlift. And those are three different activities that I've actually really learned to enjoy, even though I still dread working out almost every day because it is difficult, because it requires effort, and it requires me to step out of my comfort zone. To make that process the easiest for you, just think about what are ways I like moving. Bike riding, I need low impact, I'm gonna swim. I don't have access to a pool, so I'm going to do low impact workouts at home. Just figure out kind of generally, I wanna dance, sure, make dance your thing. Once you figure out what you wanna do, the next part is actually introducing it into your life. So this is the most important part because this is where the pitfalls of working out and being a fitness person and not being a fitness person really come into play. If you want to start moving and working out or getting stronger or getting healthier or getting skinnier or whatever it is, you have got to start small. Otherwise, you literally won't do it. Take me as an example. I have been attempting working out and being physically fit for the last almost 10 years since I went to college, and nothing has ever really stuck until the last couple of years because I finally learned that I needed to start small. Now, I'm gonna use running as an example because it's one of the hardest ones. I literally was like, I'm never gonna be a runner. Running is stupid. Running's bad for your body. Runners are miserable people. That was fully me. That was fully me. That was my perspective. I was like, this is not for me. But for whatever reason, I decided to run a half marathon a couple years ago, and I literally downloaded the Nike Plus running app for free, and I did half marathon training program, and it was life-changing because now I run a 5K at least a couple of times a week, especially when the weather's nice. The biggest game changer of using that app and what I learned and how my fitness journey has completely changed since then is that the whole beginning part of that training sequence is literally just about walking, just starting to walk, starting to jog a little bit. And it sounds really simple, but if you have never lifted weights before, why in the world would you go into the gym and with no plan and with no confidence and immediately start hitting all of the different machines. If you have never run before, why would you think that you could run the 3-mile loop around the lake? If you have no rhythm and you want to dance, why do you think you can just immediately go into a dance class and feel comfortable? Assuming that you are going to be immediately comfortable and enjoy the physical workout that you have chosen is literally the pitfall of why you do not continue it. Because here's the thing, if you do not start really microscopically small and build from there, you will never find your actual footing unless you just brute force yourself into doing it. And that's not going to create a lifelong pattern and build enjoyment and build confidence from whatever you've chosen to do. You've probably heard it before, but you got to start small. Literally start the smallest version that you can think of and go from there, because when you start the small pieces, they will get boring at some point and you will want more of a challenge. I experienced it when I was running. I was running very slowly and doing a lot of walking for a couple of weeks. And all of a sudden I was tired of that. And I just, on my own, started to do a little jog. And now I just fully run, but I never would have gotten to this place if I had not started at the tiniest building block. Third tip, find help, get help. And you can do this a couple of different ways. You can use a personal trainer. That's great. It's very specific and it's scary to start, but it's really worth it. You can find an app. There is a bunch of apps out there. The only pitfall of an app is that it requires you to be very disciplined with yourself and make sure that you actually follow what the app is saying. So that's kind of a mixed bag. Or honestly, another option that is free right now is I would go to ChatGPT. This might sound kind of wild, but I have learned that ChatGPT is truly such a useful tool, especially when it comes to cooking, planning trips, and figuring out workouts or like ways to move your body. So instead of paying for an app or paying for a program to get into the flow of things, if you think you have enough discipline or at least enough curiosity, literally ask ChatGPT how you can start doing X activity and to give you a training plan or to give you a one-day starter plan. Because what's great about that experience is that that entire product, that entire AI model is just there to mimic the way that humans have spoken and written things over time. So what's great about it is that using ChatGPT could actually turn into an interactive journal where you can just say, like you would to a trainer, hey, today was really tough, or like, I really didn't like this, or I'm not going to be able to work out for the next 4 days. And it will adjust automatically in a really human way that I think most people have not realized yet. Now, the fourth thing, and kind of the most fun to start with, is the little tools and accessories that you can find for yourself that will make all of this experience a little bit easier or a little bit more enjoyable. So my first tool accessory is ChatGPT. I think it's really useful. My second one is just high quality workout gear that does not necessarily have to be expensive. Workout gear, especially if you're doing anything that's repetitive or cardio based, having really good shirts or shorts that do not create friction on your body makes a huge difference. Having good running shoes makes a huge difference in running or dancing. Having goggles that do not fog up when you swim makes a huge difference. So I do not say go and spend a ton of money, because you can find great athleisure at Target, for example, but find a couple of pieces that will help get you into the mood, get you into the uniform of whatever you want to do, and it will start to change your brain, because I only wear athleisure when I'm going to work out, and my brain and my body knows this is what I put this uniform on and this is what I'm here to do. And honestly, it's kind of a great motivator because I want to shower and feel nice again. And so I want to get my workout done and then be able to be clean and smell good again. The third accessory I think is really useful is just headphones. I use the AirPods Pro because I have an iPhone and they're just amazing. They make my life very easy. And especially when I do any sort of workout, I mean, they're truly just perfect for them. Some people do not like music. Some people do. Some people will go for an audiobook or a podcast. And I will say, if you're going to be doing anything for an extended period of time, especially something that's cardio based or bike riding, running, dancing, doing a HIIT workout at home, doing 50 crunches for 5 minutes in the middle of the day, listening to music is nice. It's fun. I love music, but it is too repetitive for my brain. So truly get into audiobooks. Podcasts are fun, but the level of quality and interest per episode can vary widely, and you usually have ad breaks in the middle. But if you go the audiobook route and you only listen to that story when you are doing your chosen movement and workout, it's actually really exciting because usually audiobooks are really high quality and it's something that you look forward to because you are not going to listen to it in other parts of your life. Whether they're fancy or whether they're cheap, being able to escape a little bit and listen to something has been really helpful for me. The last two things I have for like accessories go hand in hand. One is a blender bottle. This is the official blender bottle. It was $13 at Target and I just really like the design. It's got a curved bottom, so that way it's really easy to like mix up a powder, like an electrolyte powder or a protein powder. And you can lock this top, so that way it doesn't go flying everywhere when you shake it. Related to that is actually this new brand of protein called Oath, and I'm not sponsored, but I wish I was. This is clear, high quality protein, which is very different than anything I've experienced before. Most protein is whey-based. You can get animal-based protein, you can get plant-based protein, but most of the time it is always like creamy and artificially flavored in a way to like mask the protein taste, which has just always made me gag and hate the experience. But then I found Oath, and when you mix it into water, it is clear. It takes a minute to clear out, but like this Cocoa Raz flavor is literally like a blue sports drink, but it's 20 grams of protein. Ingesting protein is generally a good thing. Usually when you are doing something with your body, you need to refuel your body. And I've noticed that whether you take protein or not, electrolytes make a big difference no matter the type of workout that you plan on doing. If I run in the freezing cold and I don't even sweat at all, I don't think I need electrolytes because I'm like, oh, I didn't really lose anything. I don't need it. I've noticed that when I drink just water, my body takes a lot longer to cool down and my muscles to recover than when I drink something with electrolytes. And it's like a noticeable difference. And so now every single time I do any physical activity, going on a walk, doing house chores, going on a run, I will make sure to be ingesting extra electrolytes because it just helps your body work a little bit better and manage your recovery a little bit faster. So electrolytes and clear protein. There's other brands, but this one's been better than any of the ones that I've tried so far. And I mean, that's it. It sounds cliche, but at this point, now you have your toolkit from me, somebody who is not like a fitness guru and is not shredded and is not an influencer. And it's really worked for me. My relationship to fitness is always evolving, but I have finally found something that feels a lot more sustainable than anything I've tried in the past. And these were just the tips and things I did to help me get there. So I hope that you guys are excited to start whatever fitness journey you're interested in starting. And I'm really curious to see if you guys have any tips or if you want to come back to this video and leave a comment on if any of this helped you. I really hope it did. With that, if you enjoyed it, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to keep making videos all year, and I will see you guys in my next video.